Hello everyone, this is Zooc, and today I'm bringing you a new drawing video. This one is going to be of a phoenix as I see it. This is not part of my mythological creature series, which I'm going to start, as I've said, but it's a tattoo commission for this guy that has been waiting on it since April. Sorry about that. Shit's been crazy. So as we all know by now, the phoenix is kind of the universal symbol for rebirth and resurrection and renewal, but it comes from Greek mythology. That's what it was called back then as well, phoenix. It's a bird that rebirths itself over and over from its own ashes. It lives eternally, as far as I know. And as time passed, it got adopted by early Christianity to symbolize the rebirth of, Jesus, this and that, Christ, Mary, etc., etc. Basically, Christianity takes everything and makes it its own for some unknown reason. Because the Greeks weren't Christian, the Greeks had their own thing going on, but apparently it became Christian because the Christians wanted it to. But regardless, this is not the time and the place to discuss Christianity. If you want to know my opinion on that, there are plenty of videos in which I talk about religion. Basically, this bird, at this point, symbolizes renewal. And it's one of the most universally recognized symbols, especially because a lot of cultures have their own version of it. According to Wikipedia, my best friend, Persians have their Anka, the Hindu have their Garuda, and there's plenty of other names here which I'm not even going to attempt to pronounce to not make a fool of myself. Even the Chinese have a firebird. Theirs is called Feng Huang. And the Japanese have, I've never seen these letters before. I have no idea how to pronounce them. Sounds something like Ho, but I'm pretty sure it's not Ho. But yes, it's a very much globally spread symbol at this point. So I understand why it's very popular amongst tattoo aficionados. A lot of people want to have a phoenix tattooed. Like, I looked up on DeviantArt to see some renderings of it, and there are many people that have gotten either a tribal version of it, which ruins it in my opinion. I mean, I have tribal tattoos, technically. At least one of them is. But that doesn't mean that everything should be tribal, and everything that is tribal actually looks good. A lot of times it doesn't, and it's kind of like a gym rat sort of cliche. So anyway, this bird is seen as either a bird made of fire, which I think is overused, or an actual very luxurious, very, how should I put this, complex plumage, right? It's just a very dandy looking bird. So that's how I chose to portray it as well. Because first off, drawing fire with a pencil, I hate it. It's a pain in the ass, and it doesn't look good. Because you don't have the advantage of color. The bright orange, the yellow, the blue, the red, everything. You kind of gotta make up for that with volume. And I'm still not mastering that. But the way its feathers are built is kind of suggestive of that. So the phoenix basically is identifiable through its very large tail, big wings, very broad wingspan, that sort of stuff. So it could be a phoenix or it could be something else, but it's intended as a phoenix. And basically, if it's going to get made into a tattoo, then it's up to the tattoo guy to improvise on the flames. This is something that I don't really quite understand when people want tattoo commissions from me. Do they expect me to draw every little detail, or leave something for the guy doing the actual tattoo? Because if someone isn't capable of improvising a little bit here and there, and basically there is no possible way that someone would completely copy what I made here, because every single feather, and there's no reason for that. Basically, this is just an idea for the guy to, to go his own way with it, and maybe he could make the endings of the wings made out of flames, or the ending of the tail, or some of it on its head. It's up to the person. So yeah, that's pretty much the deal with it. I mean, I don't want to draw every little single detail unless the guy wants it as something that he's gonna put on the wall or on his desk or something like that. There's no reason to if it's a tattoo commission. But hopefully he is pleased with it. I am pleased with it. I think it's a good-looking bird. I don't draw animals that often, so getting some practice in with feathers and stuff, it's always nice. Even though drawing feathers is kind of the most painful thing other than drawing lots of hair, I think. Basically anything that's like hair, feathers, fur. I think fur is actually probably the biggest pain in the ass by now. But yeah, it's good practice and it should be done. So yeah, anyway, please rate that shit if you enjoyed it. This has been my version of a phoenix, and I will see you for my next videos. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye.